And today, leading from the front, the army commander who has been overseeing the rescue operations actually decided to walk along with the evacuees all the way from Badrinath to Joshimath. You're seeing those pictures there on your screen of General Anil Chet, leading from the front, as it were, underlining once again, really in that moment of just the incredible job that our men and women in uniform are doing. And General Chet is joining us from Dehradun tonight after overseeing that walk with the evacuees, many of the yatris, many of them local residents from Badrinath. General Chet, why was it so important to you to, in a sense, walk down with the yatris? I was in Badrinath a couple of days ago, and I found that many of those people there who had been stranded there for now, well, more than 11 days, they were really shaken psychologically. So did you decide to do this to instill a sense of confidence?
That's true, Barkha. That indeed was one of the commitments which I wanted to fulfill since I had gone and told the nation and told my people that I will be there in every endeavor of theirs, and also to tell and see for myself as to what exactly is going on between the segments in which people are not able to access, ensure that the requisite administrative and logistic infrastructure is further consolidated, habitat is worked out, interact with people who are stuck on either side of the segment on account of the landslides and bridges having gone, and also to lead from the front and tell my men that I am amongst them.
Right. Talk a little bit, sir, about the para-commandos that have been deployed, their work in the Jungle Chatti operation that you were associated with, and also at the crash site of the Mi-17.
Firstly, Barkha, I would like to mention to you that the army is always in service of people, in service of nation. And therefore, whatever we did was expected out of us, each and every moment of our lives, that we have been in service of the nation. As far as Jungle Chatti operations are concerned, I was there on the 18th. I was aware as to the difficulties that are going to be there. After having landed at Rambada, we knew that there was a certain amount of information that was available, that there are people. And since the bridge in the area of Sonprayag had gone, we wanted to insert the most capable and most skilled troops that we had. We decided to bring in the paras who had the special skills, mountaineering capabilities. We inserted them, located these people, got them together in that particular area of Jungle Chatti, and having created a new helipad, decided to evacuate them. And since it was not possible to evacuate them on foot, because the terrain on either side was impacted, there were landslides, a heli shuttle service was created between the area of Jungle Chatti and the area of Gaurikund. And after having given them the sustenance in the area of Gaurikund, we decided to bring these people who couldn't get the necessary amount of nourishment in the initial days of operations.
And sir, can you tell us what is happening at the crash site? We know the paratroopers were dropped there as well with arms, because there was a fear of wild bears along with the weather as they try to retrieve those bodies along with the Garuds.
I haven't been able to go there personally myself on account of the bad weather, but we are doing whatever is possible and expected out of us, supporting the operations of Garud, and whatever is desired from us, we will further ensure that all the requirements of theirs are met.
Right, and sir, being here and watching the scale of the operations, I would say that coming here makes me understand that these relief operations are actually like a battle, that many of the tactics, the innovation, and even the mental strength that your men and women are using are akin to being at war.
That's absolutely true. The planning process itself was only the initial planning process which had to be adapted to the local requirements. And therefore, the planning process that we decided to put in was the adaptive planning process and not the contemporary or the normal planning process that we do it. Thereafter, I left the coordination to a very, very able officer of mine who looks after the Uttar Bharat area, General Avtej Bawa. And after leaving him at Dehradun to coordinate with the staff, I and my team was up in front everywhere to ensure that necessary implementation of the strategy that we had worked was put in place. And I'm very happy to say that we have managed to live up to the aspirations of the people and the aspirations of the nation.
Sir, but I must ask you in the end, what keeps you and your troops motivated? Because it is said that in this country we only remember our forces and our men and women in uniform at times of crisis. So it's easy to get cynical, in fact.
I will give two things which keep us motivated. The first thing is, it is an acme of last 40 years of my training. When I was a cadet, I was told that the safety, honor and welfare of the country comes first always and every time, and that of the men that you command comes next and yours later. And this was a time when we had to ensure at every level of distributed leadership to ensure that everybody gives out his best. And the second thing which motivates me and motivates my command and the army is an inscription that I have got written in front of the command headquarters at Lucknow. And I would like to reiterate that. It's in Hindi, Barkha. मैं भारतीय सैनिक हूँ, मैं भारतीय सैनिक हूँ, मिशन की सफलता मेरा लक्ष्य है, हारूंगा नहीं, हटूंगा नहीं, मरते दम तक देशवासियों तुम्हारा साथ छोड़ूंगा नहीं. This is what I have tried to put in my command in last 15 months, and I am very happy that my command has delivered on these expectations, the vachan of a soldier to the nation.
Well, I think the nation owes you and your men and women a whole degree of gratitude that we should express even when we're not in moments of crisis. Thanks, General Chet, for joining us on the Buck Stops here. Now, while we're applauding the heroism of this rescue operation, will there be lessons learned? When we talk about India's disaster management, do we really have a template that can work? Or will we move from headline to headline, crisis to crisis? Joining me now from Dehradun live tonight is VK Duggal. He's of course a member of the NDMA, that's the National Disaster Management Authority, and also the nodal officer appointed by the government to oversee the rescue operations. I'm also joined from Mumbai tonight by Bittu Sehgal, one of our most eminent conservationists, environmentalists and editor of Sanctuary Asia. And also joining me, Shankar Iyer, one of our best known commentators and senior journalists. VK Duggal, if I may start with you. The fact of the matter is that many people believe that if our military and our ITBP and our volunteers were not in place, that there isn't a disaster management policy in place, that while it was flash floods and a cloudburst that created this tragedy, the damage was actually man-made. And you have seen that the CAG, for example, has been scathing about the fact that several key meetings of the NDMA did not even take place between 2008 and 2012. You're a member of the NDMA. Do you believe that the NDMA can be given teeth, can be given a new life finally in the aftermath of this tragedy?
Well, you see, I think the very premise of your assessment is incorrect. It is not as if NDMA has not been contributing. It is not as if, things have not been put in place. There have been several cases of this nature where the National Disaster Management System, the state governments and everybody has come together. Now, the scene is that if you go through this, and I don't like this overusage of the word man-made disaster.